Let's have a look at the highlights. Cram them all in somehow. It was a very lively race, and it began with Nico Menzel's BMW dropping back in the pack. And remember, it was the race lead for Stuart Middleton when he got the advantage into the first corner. Straight away, drama for Stefan Tribodini as he was tapped into a spin by Milan Doncha, for which Doncha got a penalty, and Fiona James also lost it, so that car compromised late in the race too. There, making progress, was Mads Siljehaug. He took over the race lead as the Porsche Cayman was very, very crossed up indeed there in the hands of Rudolf Schulte. Delight as the KTMs pit their way up the order, but then as the rain started to come, Ferdinand Stuck was a spinner. That dropped 22 down the order. It finished 4th ultimately, and up front, the BMW of Nico Menzel on slicks started to come good as the road dried out once more. Stuart Middleton, however, struggling with the suspension setup on the Ginetta. He was losing place after place. Nicolas Schurl was doing a good job in the Porsche Cayman, and 3 wide as Ferdinand Stuck came up to attack Stefan Lemeray. 2 BMWs and the KTM battle their way over the timing line. A spin just before the pit window for Stephen Patrick. That delayed his AM-class Mercedes. Sam Morris ready to take that car over. It blasted back into the race as those that were on wets at the start came in for slicks, only to discover that the rain came. And those that were on slicks, namely the leading car of Nico Menzel, braved it out for as long as it could before committing to 1 pit stop to put Weizsäcker behind the wheel. Back into the race, blasted number 110. Nico Rindlisbacher's car had been second briefly in the hands of Paul Rees, but the McLaren fell away, losing places as the number 2 Mercedes had to pit to serve a penalty for being short, for track limit abuse, as number 112 got collected by an errant Porsche. And then this incident that effectively brought the race to a close. Marcus Paverud spinning into the pit wall, possibly as a result of an incident with Mark van der Aert. That brought out the safety car, but in the end, there seemed to be insufficient time to restart the race, and out came the red flag. Nico Menzel and Weizsäcker are the winners ahead of Gabriele Piana and Razvan Urescu, with 3rd going the way of Gottfried Pilz and Mads Siljehaug.